Well, when I got out of law school, I was in the Army for a short period of time, and then my wife was here, and then I came to St. Petersburg and looked for a job. And so I was first hired by Fisher Sauls in St. Petersburg. I started practicing law with Fisher Sauls in April of '64. Well, when I first got here, I joined the chamber and then joined the Seminole Cavonis Club. And the Seminole Cavonis Club had wonderful community-spirited leaders: Jesse Johnson, Charlie Block, Arnett Brown, Russ Stewart, S.S. Johnson, Gene Money, and Holland Mangum did a wonderful job. Holland worked for the VA, and he was lived here, and he was involved with the fire department. Well, Holland Mangum was very instrumental, and he said government is best when it's closest to the people. And that was the idea that Seminole could govern itself better than the county could. And Mr. Jesse Johnson had always dreamed of having a city. So he had formed the Seminole Bank and Seminole Nursery. And then when Charlie Block came to work for the bank, Mr. Johnson let Charlie know that, hey, let's form a city. And so Charlie was very instrumental in leading the situation to have a city performed. What happened was Charlie was the president of the Chamber of Commerce, and he appointed me to be on they called it the Christmas Tree Committee. And this was the committee to look into it, because it wasn't a popular thing to even discuss, because it had failed twice in the past. I remember this Christmas Tree Committee, and we left the chamber meeting and went to the Fisher Sauls Law Office and looked up the requirements for a city to be formed. After we determined the legal requirements for the city, then another committee called the Seminole Improvement Committee was formed. And then that was formed with the idea of implementing the requirement to have a city formed. We raised money. The bank put in $5,000 as a kitty. The Fisher Sauls law firm put in $500, and other people contributed minor amounts. And the committee was formed, a budget was formed, and then a person named Glenn Van Trees was formed. He was a person who had experience working with the city up north. And so he was instrumental in organizing the people. But have you seen the city, the shape that it is? Well, it's a weird shape. And it's a weird shape because people went door to door to see who was really interested in forming the city. And if you weren't interested, or your street's not interested, you were left out of the city. So it was gerrymandered to find the people who were really interested in the city. And then the notice was prepared and put in the newspaper, and the meeting was held at the Seminole Mall in November of 1970. 2/3 of the people involved had to be present and vote in favor of it. It was 800 and something people there, and 800 and something voted for it. So it was a community effort, and it was done by people who really wanted a city. Most cities are formed by a municipal law by the legislature. This city was formed, as far as I know, the only one formed using this method, where the people get together, vote, follow the procedure to form a city. And the initial place for the city was right up here in the Gillen Water Shopping Center, one of those buildings in there. That's where we had the initial city council meeting and that type thing. So the first meeting it was like a dog who had caught a truck. What do I do now? So it was people that had never done this before and were just trying to accomplish a goal. And so we had the first meeting and conducted business and got organized. One of the first things that we did was pass an ordinance for cigarette taxes. And that was going to be the initial source of funds, cigarette taxes from the mall. And then there was a mall over here where Burlington Coat factory is now. And then that was the revenue source for the city, cigarette taxes. So that was the first thing that was done. And then gradually other things, zoning, just step at a time to get a running city. I left Fisher Sauls in '76 and bought a little building down the street, 8486, and that was our initial law office. And then Bob DeAndre bought this building and built this building, and it was called DeAndre Electric and Living Light. After Bob sold it, I think he sold it to Charlie Block, and then it was a doctor's office at one time and a drugstore at one time, and then Travel Agents International was headquartered here for about 5 years, and then it was vacant, and then we bought it. We've always done real estate business, and we used to do it under Lawyer's Title Guarantee Fund, and then Peter Hofstra and I decided, well, we could probably do a better job if we had a title company. And we formed the title company before we moved to this building, and this building was just ideally suited for it because the entrance where Seminole Title is now was there, and then the law office entrance was on the front. So when we bought it, we just designed the building for the Seminole Title on that entrance and for the law office on the front, so it just worked out really well. We've been here over 25 years, but it's just been a wonderful location for us with Seminole Title and the law office. The main thing is that I think the founding people, the Jesse Johnson, Arnett Brown, Russ Stewart, Holland Mangum, they would just be proud of really where the city is today. You just look back, it was the people that made it happen, and Seminole was just blessed to have hard-working, honest people that really cared and wanted the city.